Hey everyone, this is Kinja Dixon with another edition of Sweaty Thoughts, and today is a very, very special day for many reasons. We're living, we're here able to enjoy this gift of life, but today, you all, I hit my furthest run ever in my life. I did 8 miles, .84, 9 minutes and 12 per mile. So I broke over almost 2 miles of my furthest run, and I'm just ecstatic, you all. Forgive me, I'm literally just looking at it. Another thing, you all, this month so far, you know, and join me on Nike, please, but this month I did 37 miles so far. It is today the 16th, I believe, no, the 15th of July, and I've done 37 miles so far, and this kind of has something to do with what I'm going to talk about today. But before I begin, I want to thank all of the Dixon On Demand users. I'm getting your emails because of your feedback, my financial analyst feedback. I'm actually going to have to increase the price, so you're locked in. Congratulations to you. My Universal Talk laws, the ones that have read and passed the word about my book across the country. Everyone that's ever been in any one of my seminars, my teachings, I appreciate your emails. All the parents of the students that I talked to, thank you. The children that were hungry enough to go home and talk to their mom and dad about what they learned. But every single person that has been a part of this journey that started January 1st, 2014, I am just honored to be a part of your world, and everybody else, I'm honored to be a part of your world as well. We have to give kudos and thanks to SASF. This is the foundation that I'm running the New York City Marathon on behalf of. This is Sweaty Thoughts. This is the journey that allows me to talk about some important things that are running through my mind as I do my practice runs to prepare for the November 6th New York Marathon. Click the link below, look at the video, give something from your heart. I totally appreciate every single person that has already donated. This is not for me, we're doing this for the children, you all. So today, what we are going to talk about, and I'm excited to bring this to you, is what is your base reality? What is your base reality? Now, I'm gonna give you an example of what that is. The base reality is the foundation of what you believe is true about a certain topic. Let me give you an example of a huge base reality that I used to think that completely, and by the way, before I begin and finish, all of these views that you're hearing are almost completely opposite of the way I lived for over 20 years, you all. So honestly, if I was looking at this video 15 years ago, I would have already turned the YouTube station and went doing something totally, because I'd have been like, this dude, he's talking some stuff that doesn't even make no sense, he's whack. That's what I used to always say. But back to base reality. Your base reality is the foundation of what you believe, and the reason why that's so important is because you build your belief system on top of your base reality. Something that I used to think that was completely opposite of what I used to think is that you are either right or you are either wrong. So if you did not agree with what I believed in, you were wrong. That was a base reality of me. And let me explain why I changed my mind about that. With the studying that I've done, self-analysis, with all the books that I continuously read, with the teachers, with looking at history, what I've realized, and I'm quite sure some of you already know this, is that right and wrong are literally connected. So what I mean by that is some of the things that I used to look at right now as completely the opposite of how I feel, it was only due to my reality and my perception at that time. So if someone was to jump in front of me and say, Kinja, the way you feel is wrong, that is the opposite, I would probably push away because they're not even meeting me where I'm at. So what I realized along the way is that right and wrong is literally connected. Whoever is basing their right or wrong is based off their reality, and who am I to judge them? So my point is, now if you don't agree with me, I don't put you in a wrong category. I put you in a category where I try to seek to understand what makes you feel that what you're saying is accurate, and it helps me become a wider person. So now I don't believe in right or wrong. I believe in your right or your wrong is based off your perception, and what I would hope is that what you believe is right is helping you get to where you want to get. This is where conflict happens, is where you're saying something is right, but your actions are not in alignment, and what you're believing in is not getting you the results that's making you feel good and warm and fuzzy inside. So that's a base reality. I used to think that literally as I've graduated through mental reigns of development, I completely feel different. Now let's jump into some more base realities that I want us to think about. Imagine if you have a person whose base reality is that their only purpose for working is to make a living, and they should not be happy about what they do because their whole goal is to just put food on the table and provide for their family. Imagine if that's someone's base reality. What type of an unhappy life is possible if they feel that they should not want to jump up and love what they do for a living? You all, that's a base reality that if you have it, I urge that you look and see if there's something else you can add to that reality, because that base reality is going to lead to a life where 9 times out of 10 you are never going to be fully happy, because your base foundation is that what you do for a living is not supposed to make you jump for joy. Why am I bringing that up? Because that's how I used to feel at a point in my life. I didn't think that what you're supposed to do for a living you were supposed to love. I didn't know that because my base reality was totally different. Now, let's look at the person whose base reality is whatever I do for a living, I need to love, because that's how I'm going to become a master, because that's going to end up having me think about it even when I'm not at work, which is going to cause me to move to the top of the pile, which is going to give me so many more options versus the person that's just doing the bare minimum, because their base reality is, I am not supposed to love what I do. Neither of them are right or wrong. All I'm saying is that somebody's base reality is going to get better results in the long haul. What about this reality? What if your base reality is, I am not complete until I have someone in my life? So imagine the person, why am I bringing this up? I used to think this way. Imagine the person that believes, I am not a whole person until someone else comes into my world and completes me. Imagine if that's your base reality. So imagine if you're in that world and you're by yourself and you see a couple. Instead of you being happy about that couple, you might start to feel a little jealous about that couple. You might start to feel, man, I wish I was in those shoes. How much of a fulfilled life can you have if your base reality is that you are not complete until someone makes you complete? Like I said, no one's right or wrong, but I would rather go with the base reality of, I am going to continue to complete myself, and the law of attraction is going to bring into my life the person that's going to add more happiness to my full completion. What about that base reality? You all, base realities are so important, and what I believe is that as you start self-developing, as you start doing journaling at night, asking yourself, what did you learn about yourself? Your realities may change as time goes on. And that's what I've noticed along my journey, is that there are times where what I thought about 1 week ago is different because I am evolving. And that's what I believe you should get into the habit of doing. Now, where do we get our base realities from? This is important. Usually your base realities are going to form from what you were around from the time you were 8 years old and under, when you weren't even defending the thoughts that were getting into your mind. So it is very important, I believe, that everyone at least do some real self-reflection about the household and the environment that you were in, because that environment was setting base realities into your world. And what if what you want in life is completely different or in conflict with what your base reality is? So as my Dixon On Demand users and my book users and the people that have been to the Recreation Encounter and my seminars know, I don't just stay on the surface. I try to get deep. So what I want you to do is to begin today asking yourself, what is my base reality in regards to my health? What is my base reality in regards to what I do for a living? What is my base reality in regards to how I treat relationships? What is my base reality in regards to how much I believe I'm worth as a person? If you start questioning those things, start basing some reference points and studying other people's lives that you would like to model after, you may see that your results are only different because you have a different base reality than some of the people that you're going in that direction. Click the bottom. Based off this reality, if I were you, I would click the bottom, look at SASF, and donate something to these children on behalf of this, because this moment was only because I'm running on behalf of SASF and decided to start the Sweaty Thought series. So I am completely honored to be a part of this life. 8.84 miles is what I was able to accomplish today. Base reality is that I didn't think that was even possible. On the jokey joke side, someone that wore pants like this. A base reality is I would never wear any pants like this, because back in the day when I was 300 pounds and I see dudes in the gym wearing pants like this, I would look at them with the funny face. The same way people look at me sometimes with the funny face. I'm not mad at them because I understand their base reality is that that's different from what I do, so that's funny. That's the way I thought when my base reality was like that as well. So you all change your base reality. Jump into that world of unlimited ability and do something powerfully different than what you did yesterday, today, and spread love to your neighbor, to yourself, and to mankind in general. Honored to serve you. This is Kinja Dixon, Sweaty Thoughts. Much love to you, and salute to every single person that understands how powerfully, individually capable of doing anything that they are. Kinja Dixon, Sweaty Thoughts.